Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Today, we have got an incredible matchup. We've got La Rochelle versus Leinster, an all-time classic, and what has become a classic within the Champions Cup. Having seen we've got week one of the fixtures happening this weekend, and it's already been super spicy with some big wins. For the Bulls, we saw Bristol Bears with the last minute penalty dropout. But today we have the final that has been two seasons in a row, and potentially a foreshadowing of a third final in a row. Both teams are capable of reaching the final, but let's get into what to expect today. We're at the Stade Marcel de France, which is home of Stade de France. Referee Matthew Carley. And as mentioned, two consecutive finals in this very competition, the pinnacle of European club rugby. Both narrowly won by La Rochelle, both of their first two wins in the Champions Cup. Leinster, while prioritizing Champions Cup over URC, both previous seasons coming out short on the day, and possibly the best ever final last year with La Rochelle edging them by 1 point. Like a real incredible test of character, having gone on down to by so many points. I think it was 17-0 within the first 20 minutes. A real incredible turnaround from them, which saw them ended up winning. And we see a comment from Gary Ringrose in relation to their games around the preparation for this game, with two big games versus Munster that they've just edged, saying it's tough because they both have been incredibly tough games, but equally that's the kind that prepares you and gets you used to being at your best. It's like a catch-22 because it's not an easy run-in, but you almost want that difficult run-in to try to test yourself and get to a better place, or as best place possible, rather. So the centre saying how despite the tough fixtures that they've really had in the URC, not exactly Cantor's home, may benefit them. And their two most recent games versus Connacht that they won in overtime, really leaving it late, and then by Munster winning by 5 points in a game that was, I think, attended by 55,000 people in Ireland. And then we have, so let's look at both of the lineups to start with. We've got the front row of the home team, La Rochelle, Reda Wadi, we got Pierre Bourgarit, we got the big man, Uni Antonio, then powerhouse in the locks, Will Skelton and Thomas Lafault. In the loose trio, we got at 6, Paul Boderhent, Yon Tunga bringing in a lot of muscle, and then the steeler Levani Boccia, the Fijian. We got the ever kind of reliable halfback duo of Terewat Kerbalo, the New Zealander, and Antoine Hastoy. Then the big powerhouse Jonathan Dante and Ujay Sultani. The wing Dylan Lates paired with Jules Favre and Bryce Dullen at fullback. If we go into the away team for today, Leinster, we've got the props, Andrew Porter, Dan Sheehan, and Michael Alatua. Real stock standard from Leinster, absolute powerhouses, and they're going to be, they're as dynamic as it comes. In the locks, we've got Joe McCarthy and James Ryan, 6, Ryan Baird, 8, Caelan Doris, 7, Will Connors, 9, the rapid Jamie Gibson Park, and Harry Byrne taking over from what was his brother playing in the final last year. 12-13 partnership about as strong as it comes, in Robbie Henshaw and Gary Ringrose. And then we've got on the wings Jimmy O'Brien on the left and Jordan Lamore on the right, with Hugo Keenan bringing up the rear at 15. Really, really strong teams named by both outfits, and just a really exciting game to come. Really, just two, as I mentioned, two powerhouses on the European circuit in the last couple of years, and I think Leinster will have a point to prove. They have now lost 2 on the bounce to them, and it's, two at the hands of the La Rochelle coach, Ronan O'Gara, of course, the Munster legend, who loves nothing more but being in the thorn in the side of the Leinster and just fan base, really. I guess as the old Munster man, just having won now 2 European Cups and finals over them, there's going to be a lot of, I don't want to call it bad blood, but definitely a little bit of a frustration. But if we look at the league standings, it's really been Leinster who's coming out on top, who are sitting number 1 on the local URC charts, having won 6 out of 7 games, 5 of those being in bonus point fashion, only losing 1, which is their first game of the season, I think, versus Glasgow Warriors. So a really strong start for them, and as I mentioned, 2 tough wins recently over Connacht and Munster. Then you compare that to La Rochelle, who started really slowly in the top 14, losing 4 of their first 5 games, but have since kind of started drawing it back, having won 3 of their last 4, with the exception of a bit of a humbling from Racing, where they lost 32-10. I think that was, Racing are sitting, top of the top 14 at the moment, whereas La Rochelle are all the way down in 9th. It's still quite a positive points difference of 18. I think that lends itself to the wins that they have managed to get, which have been very convincing. But just in really a real kind of everything poised on this first game. And as much as maybe the first game feels like it's got the least to play for, I think this could be a real way of setting the tone, particularly in what draw they're going to end up getting for the rest of the tournament. So I think we can expect a lot of kicking from particularly the Munster outfit. You're going to see the Stade France outfit kicking into those deep areas, trying to put Leinster in those awkward positions where they're going to have to kick it back and have a bit of a loose defense. Or you're going to have the likes of Dante and Boya really chasing up and looking to make that initial turnover on the completable games. As for my prediction, hard to say as always. I'm very agnostic as to who I want to win this. All I want is, to be honest, is a pretty high scoring game. So I'm hoping that is the case. We see the teams running out now. It looks like it's actually raining down in France today. So yeah, we'll make for a good contest, and maybe not the as free flowing ball and dynamism that the Irish side usually like playing with, perhaps favouring La Rochelle. But listen, the Irish know how to play in ugly conditions. There's no doubt about that. They know how to get the job done. It's not whether that's foreign to them, but it's absolutely bucketing in France at the moment. So could be a really cagey game. But really, really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to go with a prediction. I'm going to go with the Leinster win. I'm going to go by 3 points. Could go really down to the wire. But here we go with the kickoff. La Rochelle kick it deep into the left-hand side deep into the 22 of the Leinster, into the Leinster half. As Jamie Gibson Park takes it back to the scrum, looks like he's going to send a box kick up. Sends it out left. Tonga has it. He takes it in. Muni Antonio takes it in, but a big tackle from James Ryan. Kurbalo's rushed a little bit. Forward. He's into the 22 now. He can go from the big number 1 of La Rochelle, and it could be an offside. It's an offside call, but Kurbalo passes it into the Leinster player, manages to get the penalty advantage. They've still got the ball just outside the 22. They're sending it a little bit wide now. Dante carries it in, but he knocks it on. And they've gone back for the penalty, not rolling away. Yeah, so good tackle, that cutting tackle from Connors, but I'm not sure. I need to see the replay to see who was offside. But you can already see these players are getting in each other's faces, telling them who's who and what's what. I mean, that's really good, to be honest, from, I think it was McCarthy, who's just wandered into an offside position thinking the ball was out. Kobalo takes no second hesitation at just passing the ball right into and making sure they get the penalty, as Antoine Hastoy lines up to take the conversion. Not the conversion, sorry, the penalty. Just inside the 22, about halfway to the touchline on the right-hand side. Kicks it, and it's no problems there. 3-0, La Rochelle. Very quick. So no thought to really go for the corner and try to get the try early on. No second thoughts. 3 points on the board. I think that's also going to be a bit of potentially this game with the rain. Getting in positions just to be able to kick your 3 points over are going to be crucial. But here, Leinster, they take it off, and it's Harry Byrne who kicks it to Tunga. Number 8, Kerbalo has it at the base of the ruck. 30 meters from their own line. Kerbalo, he looks like he's going to launch this one in the air himself. Sends it decently. Oh, no one underneath the ball. They let it bounce. Hugo Keenan lets it go out. So Leinster will have the line out, but a little bit worrying for Leinster that they didn't have anyone underneath that just to be able to attend to it. But for those watching now, please interact with the chat. I will be answering and responding to all comments. I'll make it a good two-way street of communication. But here we've had a knock-on ball from Leinster. Now Dungey has it, and he's placed it backwards. Very loose ball. You can see how this rain is affecting them, and now they have advantage. I think it's for an offside. Kerbalo has it at the halfway line. Short ball to Will Skelton. Has it again. They've gone backwards a little bit, and he's going to send an up and under. Might be advantage over, and it's a challenge on the wing. Hugo Keenan takes it very well. Really be there and really good under the high balls. Keenan, I think his role today is going to be incredible. So now JB Gibson Park has it as their own 10-meter. Short carry. Jamie Gibson Park looks to kick. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this today. Real territorial game. Sends it high. I think it's unfortunate. Wingers absolutely missed it, and then the Harry Byrne has gone for the catch and unfortunately knocked it on. So La Rochelle have advantage here, but really deep in their own half. They're going to want to get it away. Little over the top from Kerbalo, awkward bounce, and they regain it. A hell of a chase from the number 15 from Dulan. It's now filling in its scrum off, but it's equal contest, and the Irishmen are right over it, and they've stolen it. So it's back on the Leinster attack. Byrne passes it wide. Loose ball again. Now there's a tackle off the ball from Botia. And there's a big pushing and shoving. I think this is I don't know if it's a hangover, but at least a carryover from the final last year. I think there's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving, but very interesting start of play. Kerbalo with a little dink at the top. They get a very fortunate bounce. And the Leinster man carries. And then as they swing it right to Leinster, he knocks it, parries it backwards, and he's got to regain. Botia just smashes him out of touch. No penalty called. But okay, no, never mind. The referee has just explained that they're going to reverse that decision. It's because the Leinster player dropped the ball and then the tackle's been made, meaning he didn't have the ball. So it's a Leinster penalty against Botia. I don't think that was a little bit cheap. I think he was expecting him to pick it up, so he was ready and waiting as he would have. So it'll be interesting to see what Leicester do here. I imagine they'll try to get as deep into the La Rochelle half as possible. Be Harry Byrne taking the kick. But yeah, already a lot of fight and intensity shown from the game, which we came to expect, and no one's happier than me that is the case. No one wants to to leave their personalities at home, and they've tried to win the line out just outside the 22. Jamie Gibson-Park doesn't get clean ball, so almost knocks it on, but takes it into contact. So on the very left-hand side of the touchline, 5 meters outside the 22. Andrew Porter has it at the back of the scrum, but Jamie Gibson-Park is now there. He's going to send a box. And he's sent it up. It's a knock-on from Leinster. What has happened there? So Dylan Lates goes up. Dylan Lates goes up. He looks like he's knocked it on. Will Skelton carries. A lot of talking to the referee, and I think the referee is just trying to take a little bit of charge of this game so it doesn't get away from him too early. Andrew McCarthy, I believe, is Matthew Carty is the referee of the day. The first scrum of the day. Love the first scrum of the day. I think big way for both teams to be able to set the standard. Jamie Gibson-Park with ball in hand on the 22 on the left-hand side of the field. Referee just say, little reset here. Referee just explaining, not stand up on the bind. I think with this slippery turf, just going to be could get a little ugly here. So I expect a big piece of contact by these scrums, trying to make the other one fold. Or gone straight down. Looks like Winnie Antonio's gone down there, but reset again. Saw us a little bit last week. Was the Stormers game, and just so many times where both props weren't trusting each other. Maybe it's just a recency bias, but I don't remember so many resets back in the day. I think it was also because there were teams not looking for penalties as much, just trying to get the ball out. Whereas now with the bind and set, I do think it's still better, but doesn't seem to be too much stability. But Andrew Porter winning Antonio is a great battle. Yeah, I think that's completely right. So Stade Rochelais have been blown up against, and that's where Winnie Antonio is just scrumming straight sideways with Andrew Porter, and he's gone right down. There was just no stability in that. The ball hadn't even been put in. So Leinster kick back and not going to go for poles. It was a little bit more to the side. They're going to go to the corner. It's Harry Byrne who puts it in the corner, and they're almost on the 5 meter line. We're going to have a line out here. I think this is going to be a lot of set piece work that's going to be done. Trying to be perfected. There we go. Leinster win it, and they try to pop it off to the back to set a maul, but it gets carried down. They have it on the 5 meter line, and you put a little pop off to Bird. Penalty advantage to Leinster here, possibly for offside. Jamie Gibson-Park is the base, but they go back for the penalty. So I think it might be because of bringing down the maul. Having a conversation. The Irish setup. I think they're just discussing here what to do, whether it's going to be a scrum, a pick and go, or a line out. Just the forward pack. no decision made. But I'd love to hear your predictions in the comments. So please put those forward and a bit of commentary on the match. If you've got it live as well, let me know. Otherwise, I'll obviously be here to keep everyone informed. But they've gone for the tap and go. They're setting a little formation. Obviously, Leinster and Ireland alike known for the set plays and intricate plan pieces. And Dan Sheehan takes it right forward on his own. Big clear out quickly. Oh no, they've gone for the steal. Union Antonio's gone. I can imagine a yellow card potentially coming over here, not rolling away. I think La Rochelle or a little argy bargy here. Will Skelton right in the thick of it. I think it's a classic case, and we saw it a lot in the final last year, where it's the La Rochelle players are not going to allow Leinster to get the. Oh my word, Dan Sheehan has been thrown to the ground by Jonathan Dante here, and there's a huge scrap. This is the highlight of the day so far. What is going on? There's a massive, massive, massive scrap. One of those where it splits into about 5 different ones. I think everyone just needs to taper it down now. He's saying there's time off. Oh, it's boiling over a little bit. Just a reminder, La Rochelle up 3-0. What I think has happened, let me just listen. Okay, so off his feet, touching, handling the ball in the ruck, and I think this is going to be a lot of what La Rochelle managed to do to Leinster in the final, and it's really just slow down that ball of Leinster's. They love laser fast ball. Jamie Gibson being at the helm of that, and they're going to do everything they can just to slow that down. But I think they're going to look at Will Skelton's initial infringement and potentially what's gone on in the fight, if anything is penalisable, if it's just throwing about. Jonathan Dante might be in a bit of trouble here for throwing down Sheehan on the floor. Hopefully we get a slow motion replay. I mean, I know they're trying to kick this out of the sport, but there's nothing that a supporter wants to watch more than the fight back. There's nothing now. Yeah, Skelton, so initially penalised for not rolling away and handling the ball on the ruck. It was just a kind of a low scrap. Sheehan was trying to get involved, and Jonathan Dante right in front of the ref just throws it to the floor. It's actually not that malicious, but they just kind of continue going at each other, and then it becomes a bit of a ruck scene where everyone's diving on top of each other. Only 10 minutes played. There's a lot going on, and then the Jordan Lamore, the Leinster 14, gets thrown down. So Dante pulls him by his collar and yanks him down. I think he's going to be in a little bit of trouble, and then pins him to the ground a little bit. Cheapers. I think there might be a double yellow card here. It could be Will Skelton. Okay, no, Leinster number 4. Sorry, I thought it was 2 yellow cards. So they're going to be 2 yellow cards. It's going to be Jonathan Dante, who's sent off for yanking the collar of Dan Sheehan, and then it's going to be Joe McCarthy, who must have kicked off at the other fight in the other corner. So Jonathan Dante been sent off for the collar grabbing. Yeah, Joe McCarthy's gone in and hit Jonathan Dante while he was on the floor, scrapping with Sheehan, deemed unnecessary and legal, also a yellow card. The 2 yellow cards for both teams, and there is bad blood in the air. There's a air of revenge in this game, and just fighting for a lot more than I think the points on offer today. But they've got another penalty, and it looks like Dan Sheen's going to do the exact same, a little tap and go, and then Isaac pops it off to the left, where they take it in, park with it. They're a meter out, offside advantage. Penalty. Gives it wide, and it's a loop around the back, and they've got numbers out wide, and it should be a walk-in try here. And they have. That is Jordan Lamore. He just managed to suck in a lot of defenders. Good looping pass from Harry Byrne. I think it's to Gary Ringrose, who then just flings a wide pass to Jordan Lamore, waiting on the wide wing. No, it's not. It's actually Jimmy O'Brien who's wrapped around. Harry Byrne has looped it to him, and Jordan Lamore has gone under with really no issue. Should be a kickable position. So that's 5-3. That's big for Leinster. They needed to take advantage of that. And it's actually quite far on the right-hand side of the field. I thought it was a little bit closer. So quite a tough kick actually here for Harry Byrne. Yeah, they had the penalty advantage, so they could really just, throw it up wide without any worry. Harry Byrne takes it. It's curling back in towards the left, and I think he gets that over. The flags are up. 7-3, Leinster. Teams when in the opposition half have made it count, both managing to get points out of the encounter. Real quality being shown from both sides, I think. Just a general just tempo that both teams have brought. But the kickoff was good, and they've kicked it back. But now La Rochelle have it on the 10-meter line. They've sent it wide to Hastoy, who takes it in. Kerbalo has it. Uni Antonio takes it in. Big carrier, but big hit as well. Kerbalo has it again. Hastoy, a little trip and chase. Who's there? Well, how will the bounce go? Oh, he almost gets it, but he knocks it on the 22. Leinster now have the ball, but I imagine they'll call it back for the scrum, but they have advantage. Of the ball. Jamie Gibson Park has it at the base of the ruck. They're inside their own 22 now. They've sent it back to Byrne, who sends it high. He hasn't gone for touch. He's kept it in field. Hastoy's got it now. Left to Dulan. Fullback, great tackle from Robbie Henshaw. He's dived onto. That could be illegal, but we'll go back. Kerbalo has it now at the base of the scrum on the 10-meter line. Will Skelton takes it in, but met with 3 different Leinster players and sent backwards. Kerbalo now has it again at the base of the ruck. Looks like he might be sending this one high. Dylan Lates on the right wing, ready to chase. Receiving a little bit of protection from his forwards. Leinster players a little bit frustrated with the time that it's taking to get this kick away. And he sends it high. Dylan Lates going up and with Bottia. Oh, Bottia's managed to swipe out his legs. There's no idea where the Leinster player is, but it's play on here. Oh, my word. The players put it down. A whole lot has happened. So, Keenan, I think it was, has gone up. Bottia is trying to make his way through the amount of Leinster players, swipes his legs out. Hugo Keenan lands on his head, which I think they're going to go back for. It's not Hugo Keenan. It's Harry Byrne, and he might have gone over his own player, to be honest. And then the ball gets loose, almost over the Leinster 22. The La Rochelle players chasing Santi with number 13, who almost gets to dot the ball down, but the Leinster player gets it just in time. But I think they brought it back for the penalty. I think they're just going to go look at if it's Bottia who he hits. So Harrison goes up. Bottia tries to get through. So the Leinster players are almost blocking him. And as he gets through, Harry Byrne takes it. And he lands on his shoulder. So it is, I think it's Bottia. It's almost half Bottia. Okay. So the referee, Matthew Carley, just telling the Leinster players, you need to essentially keep your mouth shut, because every single time something's happening, they're all going up to him and speaking to him, essentially like they're the captain and asking for, uh, um, for them to go look upstairs, essentially asking for a TMO review, which they're not all entitled to. It should be the captain nominating that. But I think it's just no yellow card, but penalty called to Leinster, and they've gone for touch and they've managed to reach the 10 meter, their own 10 meter line. Dan Sheehan with the throw, they managed to take it quickly, and they're going for the maul, but it's peeled out towards the back. Good defense here from La Rochelle, driven them backwards. Hands in the air from La Rochelle, not quite sure for what. Again, very cagey, very, very cagey. Every hit being hit with emotion. Jamie gets in park, sends it high. Great take from Dulan. 15 coming in from deep. Bugaret's got the ball from Kerbalo. Now they're on the halfway line, being sent backwards a little bit. Hastor has it now, sends it back. Oh no, it's a knock on here. 13, Sotini. It's an advantage for the knock on, but now Leinster have the ball. Jamie gets in park there in the 10 meter of the La Rochelle half, sends it to Harry Byrne. Short part to Doris, takes it in, but it's gone loose, but they managed to keep it. Byrne wrapping around is Jimmy O'Brien. There takes it in. They managed to almost get to the 22. Is it a knock on? No, it's not a knock on. It's gone backwards from Jamie Gibson Park out of the base of the scrum. Play on called. Jamie Gibson Park sends it right towards Harry Byrne. Taken in by Doris, I think it is. Jamie Gibson Park towards the left. Now Harry Byrne has it. He's going to go wide. No, he's going to take it in himself. Good tackle from Wadi, the number 1 from La Rochelle. Now Caelan Doris taking it in, but driven backwards from Paul Bodaham. Use it called from the referee. They're looking like they're going to send it high. A lot of chases here on the left-hand side. It'll be... Oh, they haven't sent any runners. What a... Oh, they're taking the quickly charge down. 5 meters. He's not 5 meters. I think it's really bad play from Leinster, to be honest. They've gone for a box kick, which was fair enough, put them under pressure in their own half, but they haven't got a winger on the left-hand side who's got the meters to actually make up the distance. So I think it was Dulan who just had enough time to take the mark casually, try to take the kick quickly, charged down by the Leinster player, but he wasn't 5 meters, so they're taking it back. Now he's kicked it out, and I think they're out of their own half now. It'll be a Leinster line out on the left-hand side of the field. Leinster's left. Yes, 55 meters out. 19 minutes in, and it feels like the scoreline might not show it, but it's been action-packed, and the line-out is interrupted. Winnie Antonio has it, and he sends it wide. Has a little chip and chase from him, but he's blocked in the way. Referee says play on. Now Hugo Keenan has it on the left, takes it in, going for the turnover, non-successful. Jamie Gibson Park has it. They're now 30 meters from their own line. Beard takes it in. Jamie Gibson Park now has it again at the base of the ruck. Driven back a little bit. Okay, Harry Byrne has it, and he's going to send it out. No nonsense. Sends it high. Dulan has it. He's going to go for an up and under. Sends it up with his left boot. He's going to compete. And he's got it. A clean take. What a take from Dulan. They're trying to hold him up, though. Oh, he's dropped the ball. Now Leinster have it. Real pity from Dulan. He did so well to get it in that area. Now no one's home from La Rochelle as they kick it through. Oh, he kicks it on, and Jamie Gibson Park knocks it with no one on him. A real pity. I mean, the conditions are really playing a massive toll in this game. They're both tactically putting themselves in such good areas. I mean, Dulan, that chip and chase, and then just having the ball ripped from his hands. It's just that wetness that is so hard to hold onto the golden egg. Gibson Park had no one in front of him. All of the La Rochelle players are offside. Would have had a clean run towards them. just manages to go down. It almost dips a little early on him and he knocks it forward. So La Rochelle now have a scrum just inside the 10-meter line of the Leinster half. 40 seconds left on those yellow cards from earlier, from that scrap that we saw. Yeah, it's been action-packed. Wow. Yeah, Stade myself, the Fluent, the La Rochelle fans are absolutely loving this. They are going mental. Let me have a quick check-in for the other score lines to keep you all up to date with what's happening there. So Leinster, sorry, not Leinster, Leicester are beating the Stormers 10-3. I'm actually a Stormers fan, so maybe it's best that I didn't actually get not on that game just because of the stress associated with it. But we'll keep tabs on that just to see what's happening as they set up for the scrum here. As the ball gets put in, it goes down, but now La Rochelle have advantage. Barlow gives it to Astoy. Oh my word! That's a big hit from Favre. Unfortunately knocked it on from Paul Bodehent. Leinster called offside, so it's back for the penalty. Interesting to see if they'll go for poles now. I'm sure it's kickable. It is quite wide. No, it's tap and go. No, never mind. Brought it back. So he's just outside the 22. Definitely kickable. Andrew Porter having some words with the referee. Oh, they're going touch. Big call. Looks like it's a good kick. Andrew Porter gets the hit, but I think it's called offside against him. Okay, so the two misbehaving members, Dante and Joe McCarthy, back on the field. So it's 15 versus 15 again. 22 minutes gone. It feels like we've been in this game for an age. There's been enough action going on. The throw is successful to the back. They're going for the maul. Have clean ball. Forward quite yet, but slowly shifting towards the right. Gorgarit has it, but they have advantage now. Barlow get clean ball here to be able to use this advantage. No, they haven't. They called it. They can't manage to get the ball out of the ruck. I think Leinster had no intention of letting La Rochelle get that ball, but they have another penalty. It'll be interesting to see if they go for the tap and go. It's a penalty against Dan Sheehan, who's just coming from the side of the ruck there, or the maul rather. Looks like they might be going for the corner again. So really trying to just disrupt that driving game of La Rochelle's, and just the real big men that they have there. So Leicester won't mind that. So it's a reset essentially. They're throwing it back on the 5-meter line for another line out. This crowd is absolutely bouncing. They are crying for a try here. Or it looks disrupted, but he manages to get it back. So it's a ruck now for Bugaretti. He's really done well to hold on to that. Disrupted. Skelton takes it in. They're 3 meters out. Thomas Lovent takes it in. Is this ball held up in the middle? Is the clean ball? No, they've got it. I think it's Junior Antonio with the ball to pick and drive. meters out here. Just slowly moving the ball infield. Takes it another pick and go. He's gone. Was he holding the tackle though? So it could be a crawl, a double movement from him. We're going to have to see if he's holding the tackle. So they're going upstairs now. Essentially, Bottia was tackled, and it looked like. So I think it's a tackle complete, and then he's got up onto his feet without releasing the ball. So it's one of those where they're really just going head to head, shoulder to shoulder. Both players go down. I think they're going to call that as a tackle. I think they're going to call it a tackle. So they're just trying to see where he was tackled. So Bottia takes it from the base of the ruck. Yeah, I think it's a pick and go. Yeah. Yeah. So no try. I think that's expected. He was tackled. He was brought down there and just using kind of the classic elbow over one another, leopard crawl to get over the line, which is not allowed. But they've done well here. Have to prevent them from getting over. Conceded a couple penalties and managed to now potentially be able to get out of their own half, just short from the kick from Byrne. Dan Sheehan with the throw. He looks like he's going to go short, and he does. It's clean ball. Jamie Gibson Park is it wide. It's a carry from Kalen Doris, but a huge hit from Wadi, the number one. And now Byrne sends it high. He's got two chases in the wide. That's Gary Ringrose and Keenan, I think. And Dulan takes it and he sends a grummer backwards, but there's someone waiting for it. Byrne now has it, and he's going to kick straight over his head. If he finds grass, this will be phenomenal. Could be a 50-22. 50-22? It's a bit of a banana kick on it. Oh, that's going to be close. What they call outside the 22. I mean, they're really centimeters in that. So La Rochelle lucky to get the ball there. It was not a very kick from Dulan, who kicks the grubber through for Harry Byrne, who was just waiting and puts a great kick forward, just not quite getting to the 22, but I mean, still a really, really good kick. Just means they don't get their own line out. But La Rochelle have taken it to the middle and they've got the ball. They're mauling it now. Seem to be making a couple meters. No. La Rochelle have been blown up here for the maul. Might be running interference. Knock on. Did not see that. Must have been in the middle of the maul. So a bit of momentum just going in Leinster's way. Again, laying the law on the scrum because I think there's been a couple of problems, especially just at the set. But it's a knock on from La Rochelle. So Leinster have a scrum now on the 22 of La Rochelle's half. So you see it go in cleanly. Just trying to see where this knock on happens. I think he tries to escape with the ball, but he's being held by the Leinster player. Tries to rip it out. The ball just goes to ground. So Jamie Gibson Park is going to have the feed for Leinster. See if they can launch an attack here. They try to go for a penalty out of the scrum. And it's another reset. Pushing and shoving as per. We've really seen Uni Antonio penalized for driving sideways. So be interesting You see what happens now. Just a reset here. The players aren't coming from too deep, so I imagine a crash ball potentially from Gary Ringrose or Robbie Henshaw. Gibson Park, they put it in. It's a solid scrum, and he sends it wide. There we go. Robbie Henshaw, crash ball, Gibson Park out the back, but a good hit means that the pass isn't found by anyone. Hugo Keenan cleans up and he takes it in, but they've been driven all the way back to the 10-meter line because of that hit on Jamie Gibson Park as he tried to get the pass away. Now they have it again. Alia Toa takes it in. Jamie Gibson Park sends the box kick up, and they've got a couple runners. Great kick. Taking it, but I think he stepped out, so it's going to be a Leinster line out. Really quality kick that from Jamie Gibson Park, just on the edge of the 22. Meant, I mean, he was very close to kicking it directly into touch, which would have been bad. But I mean, right next to the touchline, Jules had no opportunity. He took it up, but got pushed out instantaneously. Leinster have taken a quick line out here, gone to the front. Jamie Gibson Parks gives it to the crash ball. Now he's got it again, going towards the left-hand side. Dan Sheehan takes it in, skips one. Gibson Park again. Dante with a big hit, drives him backwards. Then the center of the park. Dante's still going for the steal. Is he allowed to? He is! All over that. Massive from Jonathan Dante. Absolutely huge. Hasn't started as expected with Leinster in front. I think I mean, I think you're right. I think La Rochelle would have liked to have at home, particularly how strong they are. Would have liked to be in front. Leinster felt like they just had possession, but maybe Jonathan Dante pushing that backwards a little bit. It seemed to be going in Leinster's direction. Blair, I'd love to know what your score predictions are for the end of the game. But I think that's a massive steal from Jonathan Dante because it just felt like Leinster were starting to get the cogs to turn a little bit. Jamie Gibson Park, and then that one hit from on him sent the pass a little bit wayward, which meant that the ball was no longer available for La Rochelle to carry it forward. So good work from La Rochelle defensively, no doubt. See if they can keep clean ball, or that looks a little bit skew, but it's been lost forward, and now Leinster have it. Oh, now it's lost again by Connors of Leinster. Ball still live. What has happened there? They're almost waiting for the ball, putting their hands up, and then it didn't go out. Leinster having to kick it against the La Rochelle player, and I think it's a Leinster line out. So the Leinster man, I think it's Connors, he lets it go, realizes it's not going out, kicks it on the ground into the Leinster player's shin, and they manage to get a line out. They're 30 meters on their own line. They go to the front, they get clean ball. Baird tries to take it around the corner, but he's chop tackled. Gibson Park has it. Looks like he's going to send this one on the box kick. Low scoring, 31 minutes gone, 3 points to 7. Sends it up. It's a great take from Julan. Really been incredible underneath the high ball, but chasing his own kicks. Kurt Barlow kicks it, and it's just inside the 22, but no mark call from Gibson Park. I don't think he quite knew where he was. He didn't want to take the risk of calling the mark, not being there's a counter right here from La Rochelle, and they get the penalty. No, they haven't. It's reversed. You look like he was about to give a penalty to La Rochelle, and then 13 white UJ Suteni just coming from the side of the ruck, and he's changed his decision there. It's a really big mistake. Looking to join that counter ruck and add to the pressure coming from the side, which then lets a bit off the hook because that could have been a big moment. With the penalty, Andrew Porter has got blood all over him. I think he's got a cut just about around his hairline there, and it's bleeding right down. He's gone for the peroxided hairs, Andrew Porter, so that red is sticking out like a sore thumb. Actually, no, it's right above his eyebrow there. He's got that. Going to probably need a couple stitches. But the counter ruck was great. And then Oteni just coming in from the side. Didn't need to. I think they'd probably already done enough to get the penalty. You'll be a little bit disappointed there. Hey, dude, that's our full team. Yeah, this is actually their full team. A couple, I think the only missing players I've noticed is Raymond Rule, who's I think out injured. Um, but both teams really, really, really strong. Let's have a little bit more on offer from the bench. Josh van der Fleer still coming on, and Roden Kelleher. But a really strong team name from both sides. I mean, at least 80% of the players on the field now played in the final last season. So it was both of them have put out strong teams. And I mean, you're seeing this a bit of a stalemate. Both just trying edging for possession here. But Leinster have kicked it to the halfway line and they take the line out and they've managed to get clean ball. And now they've gone towards the left. First take in a big hit from La Rochelle. Jamie Gibson Park now has it at the halfway line. Referee calling to use it. Jamie Gibson Park has that. He's okay. He's going to send the box kick up. And Andrew Porter's gone off the field, by the way. Must be for stitches. Dylan Lates takes it cleanly just outside 22. And now he's got a bit of space and beats 1 and 2. Now they've got forward ball. Kerr Barlow has it. Taking his time. Sends it back to Story, who sends it deep down the middle. Hugo Keenan takes it. He's got time. He's going to send this up to chase himself. Who's back? I think it's Hastoy. Takes it cleanly. Hugo Keenan with a good chase, but La Rochelle managed to keep hold of the boy. They haven't got a fly off there. Kerr Barlow sends it to Dulan, who kicks it, finds grass. Harry Byrne uses his foot just to control that a little bit and also kicks it, finds grass, but bounces right past, and that's going to be bad. Just that water, just making it skid on. Dulan lets it go right past them, and it's gone straight out through the back, past the try line, past the dead ball line, which means I think it's going to be a scrum to La Rochelle. It's a bit unfortunate for Harry Byrne. It didn't look like it was going that deep, and then just ball kept on skidding on. Yeah, great to have two teams fully loaded. You're absolutely right, Blair. Just this is as contested as it comes in the Champions Cup. It's exactly what we want from it. The best. I mean, I say the best of definitely the best of Ireland, but best of French. I mean, this isn't a La Rochelle team that you'd expect to be ninth in top 14, but they really struggled in the beginning and they've lost. I think they lost 4 of their first 5. But have sort of brought it back a little bit, winning 3 of their next 4. But still sitting only in ninth of the top 14. But I think definitely time to turn it around, no doubt, in a long season. But they have the scrum on the 10-meter of the Leinster pack, and they get it out the back. Bit of a scrappy ball, and it's a penalty that's gone up. Okay, so the Leinster prop has been, I think that might be the reserve prop who's come on, who's penalised, driving sideways, which means Leinster have a penalty on the 10-meter line. Will they go for the kick? I don't think so. I imagine they'll go for the corner. But as it's, oh, never mind, they're going for the kick. I was going to say, maybe now that it's edging towards, has still trying to steal a couple meters to get a little bit more forward. But I think 5 minutes left on the clock before half time. If they can get this over, it's going to take the score to 6 points to 7. Still in Leinster's favour, but just really within touching distance of them. So Hastoy has this one. He kicked the first penalty without any problems down the centre. Much easier kick and a lot shorter than this. The angle's not much of a problem. And the distance shouldn't be either 40 meters out. I expect no problems, but let's see in this wind and rain. It could be tough. No problem. Straight through the center. Really horrible conditions. So you can't take those for granted now as a kicker. But well done. 6 points to 7 now. La Rochelle Leinster. Could there be another score before the end of the half? I think mentally that's good for La Rochelle, just taking points. They went for the corner and they got close, even with a couple of penalties. But Leinster managed to keep them out. So just keep that scoreboard ticking. to get within touching distance, because I think they've been managing to kind of make the most of their territory a little bit more than Leinster. Kick is deep, and the favour is returned from La Rochelle, kicking it back towards Leinster's side. URC takes it into contact. Now gives him Park to Gary Ringrose, who puts a grubber through, and does he find touch? That could be on the 5-meter line. That is phenomenal from Gary Ringrose. It was inches away from crossing past the try line, which would have sent them all the way back. But Gibson Park, Gary Ringrose a little bit of time and just sends that grubber right through, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and right on the 5 meters. So Leinster have put themselves in an unbelievable position with 2.5 minutes to play. Line out non-contested, interestingly. La Rochelle managed to get Botia taking it in. Sorry, not Botia, that was Tanga taking it in. Now Kerbala, I think, is going for the box kick here just to get the ball out of their own 5 meter, really. And he looks for distance, doesn't get it out. It's taken in. Now they're about on the 20. No, they're on the 10 meter here. Sorry. Jamie Gibson Park has it. A good distance from that from Kerbalo. Byrne gives it off to Brian, I think it is. Sorry, Joe McCarthy, but now they have it again. Sorry, it's struggling with some technical difficulties, but Jamie Gibson Parks now sends it high. Hasn't really gone anywhere, but they managed to get it back. Hugo Keenan with the take. Only went about 5 meters forward, but they still have the ball in forward momentum now as they're on the right-hand side of the field. Jamie Gibson Park goes towards the left. And left again, he goes to Robbie Henshaw, who passes it off. Caelan Doris gets it. Oh, my word, that could be an advantage. Will Skelton comes right over to Jamie Gibson Park. Not sure what the call is going to be, or if it was because it was on his feet, or maybe just because it was a hit to the head. Not intentional, but maybe a little bit malicious from Will Skelton. Kind of diving over the ruck. Not a comfortable position in for Jamie Gibson Park. Just being attended to. Byrne looks like he's gone down with potentially a shoulder injury. Yeah, Will Skelton just going off his feet for that hit. It's not coming with a tremendous pace, which is why there's nothing more than that. No malicious intent, just so Harry Byrne's been taken off, which means Kieran Frawley will be coming on at fly half for Leinster. I mean, I think this is the third choice fly half now for Leinster. So the two Byrne are not Kieran Frawley, excuse me. And he comes on with 10 points at the post and says, that's exactly what I want to do. First touch of the game will be a kick from him. And I mean, makes complete sense. 39.5 minutes. If you can just get these 3 points, take it to 10 points to 6, and then get in at the halftime break, that's going to be phenomenal. So Kieran Frawley, number 22, coming off the bench, staring this one down in the center of the park, 30 meters out. Shouldn't be a problem, but again, in this rain, anything can happen. Lines it up, and it's straight through the center. No problems here. That's 10 points to 6, and they've called half time. Really interesting first half here that we've witnessed from the two teams. Really well contested. I guess the one difference being that La Rochelle got right on their try line, didn't manage to get any points from that one where Botia was called back from being held in the tackle but crawling over the line, almost scoring, but penalty called against him. But that's halftime, 10 points to 6, and we will be back for the second half.
joined by former World Cup winner, as well as former Blitzbok player and Sevens player, Bobby Skinstad, who dabbled in a bit of everything whilst he was playing. First of all, thank you so much for giving us your time. Sevens versus 15s. It's, for the layman, it's the same game and yet so different. Can you just give us a bit of an overview? What's it like running out for a sevens team versus a 15s team, and how difficult is it to adapt?
Sure. Look, it's great to be back and nice to chat. Steve, I think sevens is a game that's evolved so quickly. It's a fantastic game to hone your skills if you're an attacking player. And in particular, we looked at the Rugby World Cup final. Kwagga Smith, was a sevens player for a number of years before he moved across. All three of the outside backs in that Springbok team were sevens specialists before they moved across. Kirkley Arendse was unstoppable as a sevens finishing winger. And I think you got to understand that the game is for the slightly faster, more sort of jackal and tackle and turnover and run kind of players. So you get a lot more of the backs and the loose forwards playing than you would just the pure tight forwards. There's a couple of tight forwards who've played, and Tom Smith, the British and Irish Lions prop, was a famous exponent of sevens, and played for the Scottish national team actually. We've lost him, and may he rest in peace. But he was one of the finest sevens players I've ever seen. He was super fast. He was a prop, but he was built like a sort of a Kwagga Smith, like a strong player. So, I think the important thing to remember is that sevens is seven fast guys. Just three of them in the scrum, the rest are in the backs. And you've got teams like Canada and Great Britain, Ireland, who might not necessarily be out there challenging at a 15s Rugby World Cup, but could knock you over in the blink of an eye in seven. So it's a really exciting clash. We also see a lot of the Polynesian countries dominating. Fiji have been incredible at sevens. They've got two, Olympic gold medals. Samoa, and I even played a test match, a sevens match against Cook Islands. So because there's less players, there's less need for the set pieces that you have in 15s. It's a fantastic open game, and I've said this before. I think I said to you guys last week, it's a really hard game to predict. So I love watching it, and I love the excitement. I think what we see now, especially with HSBC putting in time and effort into the sponsorship, is it's going to get better and better, and it'll become a representative game for a long, long time at Olympics and Commonwealth Games.
Okay, and then in a few words, what was your favorite part of playing sevens when you played?
Well, you got to remember, I played sevens when I was 20 years old till about 23, and we'd only just got started in touring and playing in these tournaments around the world. So the best part for me was touring. I mean, I went to Dubai, to England, Ireland, to Australia, to New Zealand, and played in these incredible tournaments. Saw the world, met friends, played against great players, because there was still a crossover of a lot of players. I mean, we had Andre Venter, Rassie Erasmus, Joost van der Westhuizen, Brayton Paulse, and myself, Peter Rousseau, all playing in the Andre Snyman, all playing in the sevens team that went to Hong Kong, and that year we'd all played in the Springboks team. So we had a bit of crossover of both. The favorite part was definitely touring and seeing the world.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of La Rochelle versus Leinster. Leinster lead away from home 10 points to 6 at half time, and it's been a real grudge match. We saw 2 early yellow cards for both teams, essentially just for a big fight breaking out. Jonathan Dante, and it was Joe McCarthy for Leinster, who both got sent off, just essentially coming in out of nowhere from a bit of a scrap that went down. But otherwise, it's just been a game who can hold on to the ball and put themselves in the right positions for longer, or rather, who can put themselves in the right positions and then hold on to the ball enough to either draw a penalty or get over the line. And Leinster went over the whitewash. It was Jordan Lamore who received a big wide pass from Jimmy O'Brien and looped around Harry Byrne to put him over the whitewash, and with the successful conversion happening. Then it's just been 2 penalties exchanged from Hastoy, who from La Rochelle, who've been getting into good areas, but unfortunately not getting over the line. We saw Lavani Botia almost getting over the whitewash, except being called back for crawling over, and after the tackle got put in, he was called back for illegally propelling himself forward, which could have really changed up the game. That was the only real opportunity that La Rochelle have had on the opposition try line. But I think Leinster have been probably the better team so far, and the defense of La Rochelle really holding them back, but they've looked incredibly solid so far. And while the rain has prevented them from being very creative or ball in hand, their kicks have been phenomenal. Jamie Gibson Park putting up some really good ones. A couple near 50-22s. We saw Gary Ringrose with a big grubber that putting La Rochelle right back into their own half. So a lot of territorial pressure that La Rochelle have been put under. So almost getting through to the half, with it being 7 points to 6. But unfortunately, we saw the Harry Byrne being subbed off, I think, for a shoulder injury, with Kieran Frawley coming on with 30 seconds left on the clock, and essentially kicking those last 3 points over, taking it to 10 points to 6 in favour of Leinster. So a big second half to come. I said I predicted Leinster by 3 points going into the game. I think I'm happy to kind of stick by that. I do think that maybe Leinster could have gotten, I think they would have been very happy to get the 3 points, but I think that the scoreline now is probably a fair reflection of where the game's been at. But a massive 40 minutes to come from both teams, and fascinating to see who will really land that first punch in game week 1 of the Champions Cup. If we take our eyes over to what's happening on the other game that's on currently, I've just seen that the Stormers are in fact beating Leicester, which is massive. Me being a Stormers fan, incredibly biased, granted. However, this is a Stormers second team in essence. This is not the Stormers first team. So if they manage to get away with a result from this, I think it would be absolutely massive. Let's see if we can have a look with some of the match stats there. So 100 Pollard penalty, Yuri Mati penalty, then a try from Solomon Kata, then a try from Keke Morabe, and another try from Cornels Gusan, bringing it back. So that sits 2 tries to 1, and each with the penalty, so 17 points to 10 for the Stormers. But now, turning our eyes back to the game currently at hand, we've got La Rochelle versus Leinster as they come back out of the tunnel. The La Rochelle crowd have been absolutely phenomenal. The rugby enthusiast town on the coast of France. I mean, they've seen obviously this being the repeat of the last two Champions Cup finals. So there's history between these two teams, and La Rochelle managing to figure them out in both occasions there. So Leinster, despite it not being a final, will definitely want to have a sort of revenge here. And while they had a big lead 6 months ago, didn't go on to win it. I think they'll be obviously wanting to hold on to this one to see the game through. But we've got a action-packed 40 minutes from the two here, and now we've got Leinster playing from left to right. I think it's down. That's downwind now, which will obviously be favourable. Andrew Porter going off for some stitches will be interesting to see if he manages to get back on with a cut above his eye. I think that isn't back on the field, which is good for Leinster, obviously having them back to a full strength front row. But it'll be interesting to see how the substitutes also deploy throughout the rest of this match. And here's the kickoff. Leinster kicking it deep into the La Rochelle pack, misses the take, and Leinster managed to take it down. Now they have the ball. Now deep inside the 22, Michael Alatoa, taking it in. Hugo Keenan popping it off to Doris, but driven backwards, I think, by Dante. And now the ball has popped out. It's play on. Will Skelton pops it off to Julan, who puts a grubber through nobody's home, and they're chasing all the way to the 22 of the Leinster field. Gary Ringrose chases back, and he looks for touch. Bottia's waiting for it. He's going to have a bit of fresh heels to run at the play. He pops it to the left. Takes it down. Kerbalo has it. Bottia now giving it off all the way to the right. Sorry, not Bottia. Tunga has it. Kerbalo. To use it. He's on the 10-meter line. They're going to send it up in the air. Bottia looks like he's going to be chasing this one. Runty. By Hugo Keenan. Good defending as well. Just the Leinster players getting in the way. Sends it back to Kieran Frawley, the substitute fly half. Dulan now needs to kick, and he's running. He's beaten 2. He's beaten 3 now. Offload. Bottia has it. He's put it back into 5. And that have an advantage. I think a penalty advantage for a deliberate knock on. Trying to go for the intercept, but it still goes to hand of La Rochelle. Kerbala has it. He's going to send the up and under up, see if they can try win a bit of loose ball with this penalty advantage. Maybe gets in park under a lot of pressure, but takes it cleanly. But they're going to go back with penalty advantage. I imagine they're going to go for the corner here. It'll be a really tough place to kick it from. Much of the same, though, from what we saw in the first half, a lot of loose ball, although La Rochelle to be a lot more direct with the running, keeping ball in hand. Maybe we'll see a bit more of that. So as La Rochelle were trying to send it to the left-hand side, send it wide, there was an attempted intercept, which was then a professional knock-on. Despite it still going to the La Rochelle hand, they played on. But Julan just shapes full up and under, beats 1, beats 2. Very well, and now they've kicked it into touch. And Pierre Bourgarit has it at the front, and he goes short. He's driven out. Oh, Leinster done so well there. They try to catch him off guard. He's gone short to the man right, waiting for him, and Leinster are all over it. All three of them just pushing. I think it was Redawadi out into touch. So now it's a line out, similar position, but now it's a Leinster ball. Dan Sheehan will have the throw. There's 4 people at the line out. Look like they're going to go potentially deep. They bring it forward. They look like they're going to challenge here, La Rochelle. They managed to get in the air, unfortunately. Pops it back. Davy Gibson Park to a crash ball to Caden Doris. Takes it down, right to the center of the park now. White turnover. Just Jonathan down to get over it. Not quite. Davy Gibson Park now has it. Is he going to pass it back? Yeah. Kian Frawley kicks it out. A good kick. Done well to get them out of that. I think it's all the way to the 10 meter. No, not quite. Halfway between the 10 and the half, 10 meter and the 22. Yeah, they try to really catch them out on that early throw. Really wide. He just got covered. He maybe should have gone to ground a little earlier. But La Rochelle have another throw. One. He's gone short. Oh, so what a take from Will Skelton. He's thrown it at his knees, one-handed. Wow. He saved. Oh, Boogerit and Bot. No, Tunga breaks one tackle and they have forward ball now. Curveball in front of him. He breaks away. Hands off here, and he's on the 5-meter line now. He has the ball at the base of the, and they have penalty advantage. Goes, but driven backwards. Now the ball's loose. Has the ball. Goes short. Will Skelton now. There's the ball in hand. He pops it off. Advantage here. Kurbala now has the ball at the scrum. They're going to the blind side left. Jamie Gibson Park looks to run away. Union Toto just grabs him by the collar and says, "Where are you going?" Not running away, that's for sure. But they have the penalty. So well, it's just one of those tackles where all of a sudden everyone stood up and the ruck has just disappeared. And the floodgates kind of open from there. Kurt Barlow picking up and going. Dante's trying to protest for steal earlier. But Matthew Carley saying hands can't do that with hands on the ground. But Will Skelton, what a take from him. That line-out throw was horrible. In Tunga with the big carry, Kurbala seeing a little bit of space, handing off 1 and 2, getting up in the line and then not rolling away. So they have they've gone for the scrum now, interestingly. Right on the left-hand side, about 10 meters infield, for La Rochelle on the 5-meter. They'll really want to take advantage of this. They've only had one other opportunity in this match where they've been this close to the try line. Comes going down. Looks like it's going to be a reset. Oh no, it's a straight on penalty. So it's a quick step and go. Kurbala doesn't get there. Almost. He's less than a meter from the line. They're right on the line here, La Rochelle. Ball. Does he get over? If I can go. Held up. Not over the line, but it's held up. That's huge. Maybe getting a bit greedy, La Rochelle. Watcha went again. Go twice for the line. Doesn't beat the one. Maybe goes for the second and gets held up. Incredible work by Leinster. That's the second time that they've managed to keep La Rochelle out while they've been right on their try line. Both times being crucial. So now it's a kick out, and they've managed to find it on the halfway line. Tunga has it with a big run, lots of front of him. Good tackle from the Leinster number 5. Kurbala has it now going towards the right-hand side. Rowe takes it in. Kurbala has it now. They're on the 10-meter. Will Skelton passes off 1. I mean, he always carries at least 2 people with him. Oh, through to me. Takes it in the 13. Bounces off 1. It looks like there's a steal there. No, he's off his feet. Leinster has to let it go. Leinster not going forward. He's going to send it up here. Sends it up. That Dylan Late's chasing it on the wide side. Goes up for equal contention. Here tries to carry it in, but he's been tackled out. knock on from Hugo Keenan. Leinster's just doing enough to put him off. Trying to get one hand back. Hugo Keenan knocking it on. And now it's going to be a sub. Josh van der Fleer coming on for Connors. That's a big, I mean, it's about as good as subs get. It's not going to be any easier for La Rochelle with Josh van der Fleer on the previous World Rugby Player of the Year. But Leinster done well so far defensively. Really haven't been in the La Rochelle half. And La Rochelle need to start taking a little bit of advantage of the territorial pressure. They've got a scrum here. Let's see what they can use from this platform. But good work from Dylan Yates. He hasn't been too involved in this game, but making himself useful on the wing there. Great chase and putting out Hugo Keenan off to knock it on, who's really actually been phenomenal this whole match underneath the high ball. Another reset off the scrum. 50 minutes gone now. No points in the second half so far. Looks like they're coming in from quite deep here, the La Rochelle back line. Let's see if there's a scrum's gone right down to full-on penalty now for La Rochelle. Leinster having all sorts of trouble. It was actually La Rochelle having a couple of issues in the first half, but now it seems to be Leinster who can't get the scrum right. What are they deciding with? They're going poles. I mean, they're right on the right-hand side. Statement here. La Rochelle, maybe it's just a case of not being able to get over the line twice over while getting that pressure. But they're right on the side of the the right-hand side of the field here, around on the 22. Distance won't be a problem, but it's a tough angle for Hastoy. Referee telling Gary Ringrose that the Leinster props need to get their head above their hips because they are driving in downward, which is causing the ruck to fall. But Hastoy is lining this up, taking no extra time. And it squeezes through. Really did well there. A bit of an arrow from him. He's never all three of his kicks being successful here. 9 points to 10. Hell of a game we've got on our hands here, ladies and gents. Very cagey, very tight, and it's all been La Rochelle this half, so it's good to put that pressure into points. They've got a losing bonus point as it stands, 1 point down, but they're not very interested in that. One doesn't think. Tanga goes up and tries to get it, but it seems like a knock on. It's called a knock on. Goes straight through his hands, to be honest. Unfortunate from him. Now Leinster have managed to get a scrum right on the 22. Inside the 22, in fact, probably 15 meters out of the La Rochelle try line. So this is a big moment, I think. Both times, every time La Rochelle went early 3-0 up. Leinster very soon after managed to go ahead 7-3. La Rochelle kicked back, another penalty to go 6-7. Almost straight away, a couple minutes later, Leinster went back. So La Rochelle haven't been able to really keep up the score pressure that they're putting on Leinster. And this could just be another example. If they manage to get a penalty, I imagine they might kick it as well. But I mean, try potentially on the cards, or at least putting themselves in a position to have the La Rochelle defense really tested. Scrum here. Let's see if it holds up. It looks solid. And they've gone right. Kalen Doris takes it blind. about 10 meters out. Gibson Park goes towards the left-hand side now. Porter off to the left. Frawley. Pass it off. Gibson Park. Park now to the looping. I think it's James Ryan who takes it in. Gibson Park. Players. That's Joe McCarthy who takes it in. Turned over in the ruck. Now they send it back. Kicks it away. They managed to get it just outside of the 22. So big play from La Rochelle, managing to turn that ball over and get it out of their 22. Still against the ball, but not in the danger zone. So they're about 30 meters out here. Leinster throw in. Dan Sheehan has the ball in hand. Clean take. Gibson Park gives it out right to Frawley. Hands off. Oh, it's a big parry from Robbie Henshaw. Bumps off one. Forward ball. It's a big tackle though. Joe McCarthy from Dunty. Really been phenomenal in defense. Frawley now with the offload. Going towards the left-hand side on the blind. Now they're working back towards, I think the open side is going to be James Ryan has ball in hand. Takes it in, no real meters gained. James Gibson Park gets a quick ball, Frawley, and he knocks it on. Counter-attack, no, I think they're just going to let the whistle get blown. So that's a real pity from Frawley. Nothing wrong with the pass, just in the breadbasket, hits the chest and can't quite hold on. Big carry from Robbie Henshaw, bouncing off one. And then Dunty just absolutely James Ryan. Not the two people you want to cover against when running against is Lavani Bottia and Jonathan Dunty. I mean, if you can beat those two and 2 unsuccessful tackles between those two is a near miracle. La Rochelle fans still loud and making lots of noise here. Looks like there'll be another sub here for Leinster. They're going to wait until the next phase of play. It's a scrum, though, in the centre of the park, just outside the 22 for La Rochelle. Imagine they'll try to kick deep. It's a bit awkward for URC, who's going to have to be covering a lot of space. Just to quickly have a look at the scoreline between the Stormers and Leicester Tigers, it's 20 points all. A drop goal from Yuri Mati, and a try and conversion from Andre Pollard, and another try from Solomon Cutter. But back to La Rochelle, Leinster, and they win the scrum and they kick it out, and now it's a Leinster line off from the halfway line. That's turning into a fascinating game there. 10 points to 17 at halftime, 20 points all again. The Stormers' second team, and just going to be a big result if they manage to get something out of this. Leinster take it quickly, and it's gone to the front now. Out back, Crawley takes it up and he kicks it very deep. Good one though, and now it puts him under pressure to make a bit of an awkward kick. And now they have a bit of a split defense. Crawley takes it in though, running into a bit of trouble. And now it's Caelan Doris who carries it. They're on the halfway line now. Danny Gibson Park with a little up and under, but it's charged down by Tunga. They have it back now though, do Leinster. Again on the halfway line. Could this be a turnover? Oh, they were asking for it. I think they would have wanted to have stolen that one, but Leinster have it again on the halfway line. Little pop. Michael Alatoa, I think, has a scrum up, but now Jamie Gibson Park has it. He'll go for the box kick again. A little bit of extra protection now, so shouldn't be charged down. Josh van der Fleer on the park, and Gary Ringrose chasing. But great take from Julian. He's been phenomenal underneath the high ball all game. He's had a really solid game. The curve Barlow now has it. Looks like he's going to return the favour with the box kick. Just outside the 22, go direct. Sends it up. Oh, a great take under a lot of pressure. They're given advantage, I think. Hands in the ruck there from La Rochelle. So penalty advantage to Leinster. Going wide. Oh, it's a bit of a scuff of a kick, but it might work out, not quite. So there was a sub, and it's Charlie Ngatai. Not sure. Maybe he's come on for Hugo Keenan. Didn't see where the sub came from. It's a good take for Jamie Gibson Park. They've got a penalty. It's probably a 47-meter kick, near 50-meter kick. Will they go for that, or will they go for the corner? No, they're going to go for the corner. They didn't really have much angle to work with, so they haven't got too many meters with the kick. Only around to the 22 or so. So they have it on the 22. It's a throw in. Dan Sheehan takes it. It's clean ball to the front. Jamie Gibson Park is it wide. Gay Ringrose off to Natai, and he carries. He beats one, and now he's all the way 10 meters out. From him, advantage as well. Big. Gay Ringrose is a little bit isolated though. All the advantage over, and it's a kick in the very easy position here. If Leinster want to take the points, it's a guaranteed 3 points. Probably. I think they go for posts here where this game's been going. Looks like they are. Frawley wasting no time to point to the poles. He's 10 meters out right in the center. It doesn't get easier than this. Again, La Rochelle not really being able to hold on to the lead, or not the lead rather, but just the pressure that they put them under. As they manage to get points, they aren't able to then get back out of their own half with ball in hand, and just letting Leinster continue to tick against them. But since that one try, no real interest to go for the try line from both teams. Both times it's happened for La Rochelle, they've unfortunately lost it. One was held up, and the other one was tackled, and then a double movement before the what would have been try was scored. But both penalties against them. So now, and he kicks it over successfully. So Leinster lead 5-9. This is bit of a shift in the game, but La Rochelle will want to get back down the other end of the park, so they kick it deep. Josh Van der Veer takes it, and it's a big hit from Bottier against them. And it could be a steal. Could it be a steal from Bottier? Gets over it, and he does. It is massive. Both teams are using that kickoff just to send it so deep into the other opposition half. Use that as a territory gain, and just Bottier makes a tackle, puts the player down, gets right over the ball. Just phenomenal stuff from the Fijian. Antonio just making sure none of the Leinster players look to cause any issues here, acting as the bouncer. And they're going for the corner. This is big statement here from La Rochelle. This will be the third time that they're going to be right on the line. Can they make this one count finally? And we really think Leinster should have done better there, supporting the player who's just taking it in, knowing that La Rochelle are going to run in with their fetches to try and turn that over. So it's Bogarit with the ball in hand. He throws it. Oh, no, he's knocked it on. Knocked it on in the air. The ball now at the base of the scrum. They're not going to wait for the advantage. They're going to want to get this out of here. Referee calling to use it. Jamie Gibson Park with the box kick. Sends it. That's a good kick. He finds touch. And it's on the 22 now. Not being able to make it in. Bogarit goes. And it's a good throw, to be fair. And what they're calling for, and a big protest from the La Rochelle fans, because Bogarit, as he goes up to catch it, his arm is moved out the way from the Leicester jumper. Referee Matthew Carley, laying down the law. Bogarit saying all your players are protesting to me, asking for a penalty, which is not allowed, and it's only meant to be the captain speaking on behalf of the whole team, all going back for that penalty where they all felt that the Leinster jumper pulled the arm of Bodahent, who didn't essentially ended up with him knocking the ball on. But they have another throw, and it's been stolen again by Leinster. This is a big moment in this match. Line out stolen now, and they have the ball. Up. Dylan Lates underneath the ball. He has it. Bit of space to run. Taken down. No, he beats one. Good leg drive here. No, it slipped out of his hands, and now it's stolen. Now Josh van der Vliet takes it down. There's no scrum. JB gives a puck. Finally comes onto the scene. Andrew Porter now goes, and it's wide. It's going. Crawley kicks a little grubber through, potentially looking for 50-22. And he's really under pressure now as the number 15 for Stud. Oh, it's a real pity. Robbie Henshaw, La Rochelle will feel like they've gotten away with one there. Under real pressure was Dulan. Kicks it away. Robbie Henshaw looks to take it on the full. A little bit at his shins. Dulan really actually presents a good kick. It just dips on him. Robbie Henshaw knocking it backwards out into touch. La Rochelle now will have a line out just inside the Leinster 50 meter. Cool. It's been a game of real individual errors or people being able to stand up and hold on. I mean, it's really the small things and the basics that are being tested here in these conditions. Although it's not raining, the ball's still definitely very wet and hard to play in. The lineup goes to the back, and they take it now cleanly, which they needed. Takes it in a strong carry. They're going for the steal, but he's off his feet. They can't do that, and they've been penalised against him. Kerr Barlow has it now, and it's now a bit of space. Dalton takes it in. The base of the ruck from Kerr Barlow. He looks to take it in, and penalty advantage still. And is it held up? Yep, they're going to go back for the penalty. So now, interesting, will they go for the points? It is a big kick. I think it's Sasha Udemy who's subbed on now. There's a player going down to his knee before going for the steal, which is illegal. Still lots of words between Bogarit and the referee. But yeah, clearly a mistake there from John McCarthy, and he's giving away the penalty. And they're going to go for poles. That makes perfect sense. It's down the middle. Her score has been flawless all game from the tee. It is 42 meters out, so a bit of distance on it, but not raining anymore. You would still expect them to get it as the crowd goes deathly silent. He takes the kick, shapes it up. Oh, it skewed a bit to the right. Did not look like good contact at all there. What happened there? He definitely maybe ankled it a little bit. I think he just caught it absolutely wrong there. Didn't get his timing very right because it didn't really seem to get off the ground. I'm not even sure if it would have had the legs had it gone there. So it's his first miss of the game in his fourth attempt. So still 15 points to 9, and now Crawley's going to take the 22 dropout, and he sends it deep into the La Rochelle half. And it's Dulan who sends it high. No one underneath it. They're allowed to bounce. Could be deadly, and Leinster do as Josh Van der Flier does get there, but he knocks it on, and now the penalty against him. Another penalty. Now it's on the halfway line. Down the center again. I'm not sure if Astor will be wanting to go straight again back for a kick. I'm not sure if the distance will be an issue, but no, it doesn't look like they're going for the kick. They're going to go to the corner now. Probably a better move. It's so fresh in his mind that this was an even more difficult kick, probably 51 meters at least. Now it's a kick. It's a great kick for the touchline. It's about 15 meters out now for La Rochelle. They haven't been able to get over the whitewash this whole game. Substitutions being made. Now we have Concourier replacing Tonga. Had a decent game, really good with ball in hand. I think gave him maybe 1 or 2 penalties, but broken a couple of tackles and been solid. Now we have Bougeret with the throw. La Rochelle being tested at the line-out time. Is that going to be called skew? It's not. This catches on his wrong shoulder, but it's called fine, and they're going to maul it now from the base of the back of that line-out. Bougeret has ball in hand. Trying to go through the middle. Kerbalo now has it, sends it wide. Astor sends it wide, and a little grubber through. Is Dylan Lace going to be able to carry this? Put pressure defensively. Hugo Keenan carries it down their own 5 meter now. JB Gibson Park has it. They're going to kick this one away. Will it be Jamie Gibson Park, or do they give it to the fly half? 14 minutes left here. Almost as if Dylan Lace didn't quite know that the grummer was going to come. Wasn't quite ready to get on his bike as it got put through. Waiting, I think, more for the pass. Wasn't as flat as he would have wanted to be, but maybe the Julian really didn't get the best forward ball, so not a bad option from him, and did well from Hugo Keenan in the end. So Lavore off for Dion. So a good game, just at the ruck, putting in a lot of work. Yeah, so the Irishman Dylan on against his fellow Irishman from Leinster. Always a fun contest where they're going to be going against teammates and probably friends. 13 minutes left. Real cagey stuff. Let's take a look over at what's happening between the Leicester Tigers and Stormers. And it is 30 points to 23 to Leicester now. So a card for Lee Marvin Mazibuko. And a try from Andre Pollard and penalty means that they now lead 30 points to 23. But back to La Rochelle versus Leinster, and it's 9 points to 13 to Leinster, who's had. It's really been a game of, as you kick your points over, can the defensive team get out of their own half, which hasn't really been possible, and it's just the Leinster has been taking more opportunities with the territory that they've had. And now La Rochelle knock it on and Leinster have advantage. Or run it. James McCarthy. They're within their own 22. Jamie Gibson Park going to send it up. Or Doolan takes it just short of the line as Jamie Gibson Park sends it up at the halfway line. Or will there be a counter ruck? Dylan makes it really well with Kerbalo just to protect that ball. That was almost a certain steal, it felt like. Scovey, now the replacement prop, takes it in. Kerbalo with the ball at the base. He looks like he's going to send this one up. He needs a bit of protection, though. There's a lot of pressure from Josh Van der Flier. He doesn't. He's not going to send it up. Doolan, little cross kick, putting Gary Ringrose under pressure. He takes it cleanly and gets a kick away. But it's Doolan who waits for it, tries to use his foot to control. Doesn't work first time. Sends the ball through, grabs it. Jamie Gibson Park also tries to use the foot. Doesn't get it first time. Now has it. Little chip over the top. Back into the 22 of La Rochelle. No one really chasing. Doolan has a lot of time. within his own 22, can kick it, almost finds the edge, but Hugo Keenan is up, and he's going to send this one also straight back. Bit of ping pong going on here. Finds the ground. Julian has it back again on his left foot in his own 22. Really look for the sideline. No, finds ground again. Jamie Gibson Park has it now towards the 50-meter. Leinster winning this picking battle at the moment. Sends it high now, and Hastoy takes it in the air well. So La Rochelle have the ball, but Leinster have made decent territory gains here. And they send it back to Dula now off his right foot, but it's charged down from. It's loose. Will they be able to get there? It's a foot race. No, Dylan Lates gets there. It was Dylan Lates, and it wasn't anyone else, because Jordan Lamore, who was hunting that ball down, had managed, I think it came with someone's shin and just squirted out in their own 22 for La Rochelle. So it could have been chased down. Dylan Lates knocking the ball down. Rudy Roods, commentary. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the support. Glad you're tuning in. We have 76 more. Please put in your score predictions for the end of this game. I want to hear them, all 76 of you. Now we have a kick and chase, but Leinster have it on the 10-meter line. I'll try to hold it up. Is it a turnover here for La Rochelle? No, it isn't. Jamie Gibson Park gets it out, but it's a little tackle out of his hands. But Alatoa managed to get it up. Jamie Gibson Park goes towards the left. They're on the 10-meter line now. Are Leinster attempted steal? No success, and they send it back. Crawley, has he gone for a drop goal? Sorry. Over? To the left. To the left is one of those where it could have just gone through out of nowhere, 50 meters out. Oh, just curves towards the left. Had the distance. Definitely apologizes. Maybe not a bad option though. Would have put them 6 points ahead. Would have put a lot of pressure on La Rochelle, and only misses by so towards the left. Hastoy takes the 22-meter dropout, sends it right back into the other half. And now it's Caelan Doris who beats one with an easy sidestep. Good carry back to the opposite 10-meter line. Now Frawley sends it high and wide. He's got chasing. He's putting pressure on Julian, but Julian takes it with ease. Really been flawless underneath the high ball this evening. Calls for the mark, and he'll kick this. Try to get a bit of territory back. And he does kick it. Doesn't find touch though. Now it's Frawley with the ball in hand. He's going to send it up with a little torpedo bomb. Often these just dip and swirl in the rain, but he takes it well, does Hastoy, and he's sent it right down the middle where nobody's home. If this sits before the try line, and it will, it's going to be trouble. Replacement very deep, but now Julian has it. He has a lot of space in front of him. He's going to chip and chase off his left boot. And it's called a mark from Jamie Gibson Park, but he sends it right back. Julian's chasing. No, it's not Julian. Sorry, it's Kurbalo chasing back. Goes directly into touch, and it's a good kick from Jamie Gibson Park in the end. Big kicking and aerial battles shown in this game. It's really been good to watch, and probably one where Leinster have done very well to win so far in this match. Just putting them back a little bit. Oh, so the kick looks like, while he did call mark, he might have carried it back over as he takes it over his shoulder, doesn't quite know where the 22 is, and they're going to call it back directly out, and it's going to be a line out for La Rochelle on the 22-meter. This is a big moment. Jamie Gibson Park, ball, eyes on the ball, wasn't able to see where it was coming from. Just barely in, really just a foot outside of that 22 as he catches it. He thinks he's safe. He calls the mark, then kicks it in for touch, and it's called back for kicking it directly, which you cannot do if you've carried the ball back into your 22. So it's a line out. and La Rochelle take it, and they haven't found it again, but it's cleared out. They managed to keep the ball, though missing the jumper. Barlow gives it off. Oh, it's a big bounce from Scravi. And Barlow has it at the base. It looks for a steal here. Have Leinster got it? They have to let go now. Ball's taken to the ground. Has it now at the base, sends it right to Dylan Lates. He's got a little bit of help, prevents anyone from stealing that one. 6.5 minutes to play. It's a kind of now or never for La Rochelle. Takes it in. 22 offside against Frawley. 6 points out, so they'll want a 7-pointer here. Oh, it's a knock on, so they're probably going to go back for the penalty advantage. What are they going to do? They have an easy kickable position. Will they go for the points and just edge it off to 3 points? Or with 4 points out, if they kick it, they will make it a 1-point deficit, almost a guaranteed 3 points. Or they're not. They're going for the corner. Huge call. Oh no. I mean, so Hugo Roos taking the kick now and finds the touchline, only 10 meters out. Leinster staff are looking stressed. I mean, I've only ever seen Jacques Nienaber stressed from the World Cup. Very, very, very good game. Joe McCarthy, as he goes off, other than the yellow card, losing his head a little bit, but it's been everywhere around the park. Hats off to him for a phenomenal performance. The La Rochelle, 7 meters out here. Captain Boogeret with ball in hand hasn't had that confidence with the throwing today. Will they go short? No, they go to the back. It's a clean take. Has the ball gone down? Is it a knock on? Still looks like they have clean ball. No, it's a turnover. It's a knock on. The line out. But La Rochelle can't get cleanly, and Leinster defensively. He tries to place it as the replacement prop Joel Clavey comes in. It comes off his chest, knock on. Just hasn't worked for La Rochelle as they're getting into that. And now the Leinster fans, the very few and far between, who are very few and far between, are dancing, enjoying it. I mean, it's definitely not done yet. This is a massive scrum here. We take the Leicester Tigers versus Stormers, and the Stormers have brought back another 3 points, another penalty for Yuri Mati, 26 points to 30. Hell of a game going on both sides. 2 4-point deficits. There, a couple more points than this one. Again, my call was a Leinster 3-point when this is 4 points at the moment. What will happen? It's a reset at the moment. Leinster won't hate that. Wind the clock down a little bit more. For 3.5 minutes to go now. La Rochelle just haven't been able to get that one to work. They have been dominant at scrum time in the second half, although it is a new front row, so we'll see how this works. Put it in, Jamie Gibson Park, and he does. Ball's gone down, but I think they're just going to play on. And Caden Doris takes it out the back. Gives it off to Charlie Ngatai. Jamie Gibson Park has it now. He looks like he's going to clear. Or he's going to pass it back to his Frawley, who sends it deep. He does well to find touch. Dulan throws it into himself. He keeps it alive. And now it goes left. He has Dylan Late on his outside. Make sure he gets the ball down. Well protected. Kerr Barlow goes to Will Skelton, who doesn't take it with forward momentum and gets pushed back. Kerr Barlow scraps to get it again. Sends it out the back to Astoy. Now it's just a little skip pass and it's gone through the hands. Inside ball. A lot of work, and the 13 has it. Sorry, has it taken down. It's competing at it for the ruck. They're just outside the 22 now, right on the left-hand side of the park. La Rochelle, another carry inside. Well, to get all the way here. Reese who takes it in now. Barlow. Wide. Dante takes it. No, sorry. Will Skelton takes it down now. Barlow has it in the center of the park. They're on the 10-meter. Going back towards the left-hand side. And that's Bugaret who takes it in. Barlow being put under a lot of pressure defensively. One feels they're going to have to try kick for a bit of territory and compete in the air, but it's a minute and a half left, so I think they want to hold on to the ball perhaps. Hold on, and it's going to be a steal. Yeah. Got the steal successfully, a minute and a half left. That's huge from Josh van der Fleer. He's half space, sticking his head into the danger zone, coming out with the golden egg. I think it's Hugo Roos who goes in with it and doesn't leave with the ball successfully. So Frawley now has ball in hand. I imagine they're going to kick it as deep as possible, look for a line out, and try and just run the clock down from there. And if La Rochelle happens to turn the ball over, they're gonna have to run it from deep. Kicking for poles? No, I can't be right. They're 60 meters off. But a good break from UJ Soteni, who gives it on the outside to Dante. They got all the way to the 22 and then just disrupted. The Leinster defense has really been phenomenal. He's going for poles. Cruelly from 60 meters. I mean, gets it. Maybe it's not a bad option. If he gets it, A, you're a hero. But B, if you don't get it, it's no doubt going to be right in their half, and they're going to have to follow up big time. But he's on his own 10-meter. He lines it up. Great. The distance, that is huge from Frawley. And that is the game. Called Leinster. Oh my word. What have we just witnessed? Magara is speechless. Frawley, the super sub, came on for the injured Harry Byrne. Knocked one over from 60 meters. Could have been 65 meters out. We said they were a little bit downwind in the second half. And that is full time. Incredible. Wow, I've just heard that is La Rochelle's first defeat in this competition in 2.5 years. Incredible performance by Leinster. We spoke about them just getting past Connacht in the URC, just getting past Munster in the URC. And now the scoreboard, 19 points to 9 points to 16, doesn't quite reflect how close it was. But 3 points from Frawley, meaning that they win by 7 points. Still losing bonus point for Leinster, for La Rochelle. But a phenomenal performance from them. And we look over at Leicester versus Stormers. That ends 30 points to 26. So Stormers also losing by 4 points, getting the losing bonus point. Still one more game, Racing 92 going on, but wow, what an encounter from the repeat of the final from last year. Struggle of the aerial duo. But thank you for all of you tuning in, all 98 of you now. I really appreciate it. And I think it's a sign of more incredible battles to come in this year's Champions Cup. We love these big battles, all the world's best players at it, different nationalities, different club teams from different countries. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. And thank you, as always, goes out to BOYLESPORTS and the defender for the sponsors of the show. Without them, this would not be possible. And yeah, we'll see you next time for another watch along. Please smash a like and subscribe to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Thank you very much. My name is Daniel Scholz, and I will see you at the next one. Cheers.